Just like the rest of the automotive market, pickup trucks are getting more expensive every year, and with the ongoing electrification, they will soon enough be out of reach for an average pickup buyer. That said, it doesn't surprise that buyers are looking for cheaper alternatives. Many of them found it in the new Ford Maverick, a unibody vehicle with the body of a classic pickup. The demand is so big that Ford still can't organize the production process to make enough units 2 years after the initial launch. And as the world's largest car maker, Toyota sees this as a great opportunity for another car segment to conquer. And for that purpose, it's willing to bring the famous nameplate back, a nameplate that represents the early days of Toyota's pickup evolution, a nameplate that represents a model that set the foundation for Hilux, Tacoma, and other bestsellers. The Japanese car maker is bringing the new Toyota Stout, a classic name for modern enthusiasts. If you are a Toyota enthusiast, or you are simply old enough to remember, you know very well what this pickup was. It was Toyota's breakthrough in the North American market. It was a cheap alternative to F-Series and other large pickups, and it was surprisingly competent. Such a balance between size and capability made it a legend, at least among Toyota enthusiasts, and that's why the old nameplate will serve well as a jumpstart for the new pickup, which is coming with a slightly different design approach. By a little bit, we are thinking of a completely different starting point. Back in the day, things were simple. Cars were meant for comfort, while pickups were for work. Today, an average pickup owner doesn't use half of the vehicle's utility potential, but on the other hand cares very much about comfort, convenience, and tech features. These drivers would now want to save some money because pickups have become expensive, and they would rather sacrifice a bit of capabilities rather than the comfort side of their vehicle. In such a set of circumstances, a unibody pickup seems like a perfect solution. Smooth and comfortable as a crossover, but practical enough thanks to the pickup body style. That's what the Maverick has brought, and that's exactly what Toyota is about to bring with the new Stout. But there has to be more than that. The Japanese manufacturer needs a trump card, an X factor that could turn it into a class leader. We will get on that, but let's talk about the overall design first and the possibilities Toyota has at the moment. As mentioned, the key difference compared to the original Stout will be in terms of the base design. While the original model was a genuine body-on-frame pickup, the new Stout would rather ride on a unibody platform, like a typical passenger car. And despite this being a limiting factor in terms of towing and hauling, it brings numerous benefits as well, especially when it comes to comfort, handling, and overall ride quality. In Toyota's case, things may seem simple at first, considering that pretty much all of its models ride on the TNGA platform. But this architecture comes in many variations, which refer to things like dimensions, engine size, etc. At first, most sources were suggesting the TNGA-K version of the platform, the same one that underpins the RAV4. But now it looks like Toyota might go for something smaller and simpler, something that could help it beat Ford in terms of affordability. We are thinking of the TNGA-C platform, the one that underpins the Toyota Corolla Cross, as well as models like CHR or Lexus UX. The crossover version of the world's best-selling nameplate will be the one to borrow most of the parts, including the powertrain, which would ensure superior fuel economy. Moreover, this also means smaller dimensions, simpler suspension setup, and all other things that can cut down production costs and make this pickup super affordable. This leads us to the first trump card. The Maverick impressed the whole automotive world with its efficient hybrid system, which is able to return up to 42 miles per gallon in the city and 33 miles per gallon on the highway. And while that's the level of efficiency never seen before in the pickup truck universe, Toyota plans to go way beyond that. For that, it will utilize the same hybrid system that powers the Corolla Cross, based on a 2-liter inline-4. It's a typical Toyota hybrid setup, simple and straightforward, but extremely efficient. Most experts suggest that the average fuel economy can easily go over 40 miles per gallon in a combined ride, which is way more than the already efficient Maverick can return. But what's even more impressive is that, at the same time, Toyota's pickup would be more powerful. This system has just been updated and now features a max output of 196 horsepower, 5 more than the Maverick Hybrid. the story doesn't end there. Many expect to see at least one more powertrain option on offer. Some suggest a Turbo 4 version, but we are rather thinking of another electrified powertrain. Namely, Toyota recently introduced the new 5th-generation Prius, and among other novelties, there is also a new plug-in hybrid setup. The exact same powertrain is expected in the new pickup, with a massive 13.6 kilowatt-hour battery pack and a pretty impressive 163 horsepower electric motor. All in all, the combined output goes up to 220 horsepower. And besides even better fuel economy, this version would also provide the convenience of the EV mode. In the case of Prius, the max range is nearly 55 miles. Due to size and weight, the Stout's range would probably be a little bit shorter, but still respectable. With the Corolla cross-based design, another thing that comes to mind is the size, which is expected to be smaller compared to Maverick. Although classified as compact, Ford's pickup features some pretty respectable dimensions, around 121 inches between the axles and 200 inches in total length. Toyota, on the other hand, will go for something smaller and more maneuverable. It's still early for numbers, but we estimate that the wheelbase could go around 110 inches. Obviously, this means that Toyota's pickup would offer less passenger space. It would also feature a shorter bed, but only if it's willing to play Maverick's game. Namely, although with pretty decent dimensions, Ford's pickup comes only in a crew cab layout. In other words, its cabin is very generous with space, but the cargo bed is not. It's around 4.5 feet long, and while that works for many, there is still a good number of interested buyers who would like to see something more practical. Well, that extra level of practicality may come from Toyota because although smaller, the new Stout could feature a notably longer cargo bed. Various sources suggest that the Japanese could offer the new pickup in a single cab layout. That's something the current market is missing so badly, even in the mid-size segment. That's a shame because a small pickup with, let's say, a 6-foot bed would be a natural choice for a broad range of buyers, including farmers, contractors, and small businesses. It could even be a great commercial solution in urban environments. Eventually, a single cab layout also means a more affordable price, so there is no doubt that this would be a great move. We're still waiting for the official announcement. So Toyota might offer 2 cab styles for the new Stout. And while things are pretty clear with the regular cab model, there are a few things to be clarified when it comes to the double cab model. As mentioned, the Stout is expected to be smaller than the Maverick, which also indicates less cabin space. Still, we have no doubt that the new pickup will be comfortable enough with the second row that accommodates 2 adults or 3 kids with ease. On the other hand, in order to save production costs, the dashboard design would probably be taken directly from the Corolla Cross, which is actually a good thing. The small crossover looks simple but very nice, and we have no doubt that such an elegant, very car-like dash design would be a big advantage over Maverick's dull interior. Moreover, the new pickup is about to come well-equipped, not just with the latest tech features, but with the latest suite of driver assistance features as well, which is where the Maverick doesn't shine at all. Theoretically, the new Toyota Stout could easily come with the latest Safety Sense 3.0 suite of safety features, which brings big upgrades of systems like pedestrian, cyclist, and motorcyclist detection, lane keep assist, and more. Moreover, it also brings a couple of brand new systems to make the ride even more convenient. Another potentially big advantage over Maverick could be all-wheel drive. Namely, Ford's pickup doesn't offer such an upgrade for its hybrid pickup, but only in the version with the Turbo 4 engine. Toyota, on the other hand, offers pretty much all of its hybrid systems in all-wheel drive variants. In this case, things would be pretty simple. Toyota engineers would add an additional electric motor on the back, which would significantly increase the off-road potential of the pickup. That's why we are pretty sure that the new Stout, even though it's hybrid, could come in a dedicated off-road version as well. That model would bring further suspension upgrades, all-terrain tires, and similar modifications that are typical for off-road oriented pickups and SUVs. And in that case, we would also expect to see some visual enhancements. All these things sound great, but in the end, it all comes down to the price. With the Corolla cross-based design, the new Stout could come with a pretty competitive price, especially if we consider the recent price jumps of the Maverick, which now starts at around $26,500 in the hybrid version. Toyota can easily match that, but it can also offer something more affordable, especially in the case of the rumored single-cab model. We estimate that such a version could easily come with a starting price of around $23,000 to $24,000. What do you think about the 2024 Toyota Stout? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.